Hello, I am Mac, at least for a day, and everything is going to be okay. This is a Waking Titan report, and we just got a new hint about what's coming in the No Man's Sky next update, but I'll get to that in a minute. First, I would like to read the rest of Eunhas Journal. I read the first page of it. It turned out there was a couple more pages, and we used the information from her journal to help reconstruct her memory, or I think we're still in the process of helping her do that. But the continuing journal reads, July 16th, 1997, on the train. Dear Diary, finally we're leaving. As I watch the city disappearing from view outside, I can see Mom's shoulders relax. I let go of her hand to write, but it's still hurting a bit because she was holding it so tight. We left the antique shop and went directly to the train station. We walked past a wishing well. I wished for Mom to be happy. Directly after turning the corner past the well, I saw the train station and I knew everything would be all right from that day on. July 16th, 1997, on a bench at the market. Dear Diary, I'm waiting for Mom while she's buying us food. I love the market, so full of people, full of life. Smells delicious too. This morning I wake up nearly face to face with a giant bug just hanging out on the trunk of a willow tree. It was so shiny I took it as a sign of good luck. We left the willow tree this morning and took the bus to the next city. I was kind of glad that the bus service was up and running because my feet were still hurting. I took the bracelet from the willow branch and kissed it before putting it safely in my backpack. Oh, seems like Mom's getting back. Talk to you later. July 16th, 1997, at the antique shop. Dear Diary, Mom told me that she knew someone in this city that could get us the train tickets and go to my aunt's. We're in her shop and she's talking to her at the moment. I think the train is leaving later this afternoon. I took the time to explore the shop while they were talking. It was amazing. I saw an old mirror in the back of the shop. It was gigantic, taller than me and covered in dust. I wrote my name in the dust, but don't tell Mom. Oh, she's calling my name. I'll get back to you once we're on the train. I just noticed I think I got those out of order. I think the section I read first was actually the end when they were on the train. But anyway, so Emily posted on Reddit that what people had to do was create a bracelet like the one she talked about in her first journal entry. And then they needed to take pictures of the bracelet near other things from the memory. So people took pictures of like mirrors, dusty mirrors with the name Eunhas written in it, like she did at the antique shop, or hanging the bracelet on a willow tree or some other kind of tree. Things like that. Or maybe, I don't know if anybody did it next to a bug or a picture of a big bug, but Emily said that there were like 7 important memories that were in the journal that we needed to take pictures of the bracelet near. So people started taking the pictures and they posted them on Reddit, and I guess Reddit moderators collected the pictures and put them into some kind of album for people to vote on, and I guess we're voting on the best pictures to to figure out which ones we should give to Eunhas. I don't think there's been much progress on Eunhas, but there was more on Philip. If you go to Philip on the Myriad dashboard and you can go to a new conversation. There was one conversation between him and Emily where Emily interviewed Philip on like a talk show, inside a talk show simulation. And then the second conversation, they're in a park and talking about stuff walking in the park. So if you go to the Myriad dashboard, you can access one or both of those conversations, and so you can read and learn information about Philip. And using that information, they got another code. The new code answer for Philip is "What's for dinner?" And I guess that helped to reconstruct his memory. So anyway, throughout yesterday, Saturday, the status command on wakingtitan.com kept updating. We had gotten a file decryption that was like 16%, and then it continued to progress, and then it later got to 41%, and then it changed like every 8 hours. Like every 8 hours the file decryption increased by another 16%. So it went 41%, 8 hours later 57%, 8 hours later 73%. And meanwhile, the Myriad status page updated, and we got a report. It said, report generated 16 minutes ago. And it was this weird long stream of words that don't really make any sense. I'm going to read through it. Uneasy Barton, seeing remark his has. Am possible offering at contempt Mr. Distance Stronger Ann. Attachment excellence annul or reasonable am on if indulgence. Exeter talked in offered again no he unable do. Imprudence he and insufficient cultivated. Betrayed clears. In where your 3 ageless 20 men. In so impossible appearance calls 220 beast 2006. He do subjects prepared bachelor brazen. So it's really weird. I guess it might be some kind of puzzle on the Myriad status page. I'll put a link to the Myriad page so you can view this list on there. And the other thing that changed on the Myriad status page, if you remember, the alpha physical backup node went offline when the building exploded and apparently Elizabeth Lighton was killed. That building was the location of backup node alpha. So that is still offline. Alpha is offline, but there's beta, delta, epsilon are still online, and now we have a new one, which I guess they created a new backup node to replace the alpha one that was destroyed. But this one is labeled UDC and then the letter P in parentheses, and it's online. So I don't know why they labeled it with odd letters instead of like going to the next, you know, Greek character thing, gamma or something, but it's just kind of weird. So it's UDC parentheses P is the physical backup node that is replacing the alpha backup node that was destroyed. Okay, and now we finally got the new information. At 8:30 Central Time, 8:30 a.m. Central Time, Sunday, June 17th, the status command on wakingtitan.com updated again to say file decryption completed with errors. And if you go to the Myriad dashboard and click on the second element, we get concept art. And the concept art, well, it's glitched like a lot of concept art we've gotten before. But it's pretty obvious that it is concept art for the exosuit. It's pretty much the same as the exosuits that we've seen. However, there are labels on some of the parts. So for the first time, we've got clues as to what some of the stuff on the exosuit does. People have been speculating about this weird orb device thing on the exosuit's shoulder. I thought that it was just the scanner, and other people thought that it was some new thing that might it might be the Telemon suit AI, the AI that talks to us and tells us units received, you know, heat shield, heat protection falling or whatever. It was our little AI on our shoulder. But now we've got this concept art and there is a label for it, and it says the orb on our shoulder is a blueprint projector. Or it's a little hard to read. It might also say blueprint detector, but I think it's probably just a P with a very small tail that looks like a D. So I think it's blueprint projector. So this is a new thing. The little orb on our shoulder may be the blueprint projector. And what I think that is what we have when we build. When you build on your base, you have like this giant hologram of the thing that you're going to build. And then when you press the button to confirm, it builds the object there. That's what I think it is. I think it's a projector for when we build things. It projects the hologram of what we build, and then it gets built. That's just my guess. It could be something totally new, like maybe in our inventory when we're building something, it projects the blueprint of what we're going to build in our inventory, and then it builds it. I'm not sure, but it seems more logical to me that it would be the hologram projector that we use to build objects on our base. And since we are getting improvements to the building system, Sean Murray said that we would be able to build with our friends, we'd be able to build complex colonies across planets. It might be something to help aid us in building more easily, or I don't know. But we'll just have to wait and see. But that's a little new hint that we got. It's just concept art for the exosuit like we had before, but like I said, there are labels. I can't read all of the labels, but the blueprint projector one is fairly easy to see. I'm sure other people will reconstruct the glitched image, and we'll probably figure out what some of the other labels say. So that's about it. We just got this new concept art, and we will probably have a little bit more today as far as Eunhas and Philip, because we haven't saved Eunhas or Philip yet. And I thought we were going to save at least those two this weekend, so that may continue the rest of today, and then next weekend we will probably get we'll probably get 3 new travelers to save next weekend. We're probably not going to be able to save the number person, like I said before, because that person is probably hopelessly corrupted, and they may be the person that dies and is trapped in the simulation forever, which is who the player is in No Man's Sky. But anyway, so that is what's going on. People are doing the pictures for Eunhas, and I don't know if that's ended yet. And we're still helping Philip with conversations with him and Emily. And we've got this weird puzzle on Myriad's status page, which we may need to solve. And we got the new file decrypted of the concept art of the exosuit with labels. So that does it for this report. I have been Mac. Thank you for joining me for a day. And remember, everything is going to be okay.